everybody. This is one of our first videos for 2023. So let's get straight into wholesale, because I know lots of you are thinking about going into wholesale in 2023, and I definitely say it is a great idea as long as you know your numbers. Make sure you know what it costs, because you need to know those numbers and crunch them down so that you can get some wholesale orders happening. Now, this wholesale order that we're packing has come through Trade Square, and Trade Square is really the Australian equivalent to Fair. So basically that's what it is, and so in Australia we have Fair, which has just come to Australia, and also Trade Square. So basically what happens is people go on there, they can log on, they can see all the different companies, and then they just literally order what they want, and then the order will come through to me as an email or through to my portal, because we have our own portals that are on there. So on Trade Square I have my own portal, and in that it will literally show the orders and just the back part, which is only for me, not for the customer. And then from there I get one of these. So I'll show you, it's one of these. So this is basically a printed document. It has 2 pages, but the first page has their details on, which I won't show. And then as you can see on here, it will be listed, and you can see I've already ticked it off. So it will say, for instance, soap, and then it will have the code and how many the person's buying. And it's all listed together, so that way you can just easily print this out. It's good for you to, highlight each one to make sure that you've got them in there, and then pop this in with the customer's order, because then when they get it, they can double cross check it to make sure that they've got all the items and they're super happy. Once all this is done, then basically in a couple weeks time I get paid. So I don't get paid for about 14 days after the order has left my studio. But if it's for Fair is 4 to 5 weeks later. So there is a little bit of a difference in it, and there's different options you can take for shipping and how it basically works. But for me, let's get going, and I'm going to show you my order. We'll kind of go through a few things as we're going along to this. So basically, if you want to go and apply for this, you just simply go online, just Google Trade Square or Fair, and then you can literally just, fill in all the application, and then they'll get back to you in a couple weeks to say yes or no. You can always ask why. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Just email them back and say, look, can I ask why? I'm really keen. And they might say there's too many people in, your industry or something like that, but definitely just ask them. And I do suggest once everything's lined up that you do not leave, because if you leave you may not get your spot back. So that is super important. And a good thing with Trade Square, they actually sent me a document and asked me, look, will you be closing for Christmas? So you can just say the times that you're closing, and then people know they're not going to get their items until after that. And one important thing is you can also say, tell them, what is your manufacturing time or your turnaround time. So for me, once they order, it's up to 5 days, and that's for me to pack it and send it out. Usually it's done before that, but I like to cover myself and just say that. And if you don't have the item, it's better to be honest and say, I don't have it, I'm sold out, rather than scurrying and trying to quickly make it. It's definitely better to be honest. But this order is mostly soap. So let's pop the camera around, and I will show you the order, and I'll show you what I actually do once I get all the paperwork. Now here behind the camera is a few things. So all the bath bombs you can see lined up, they are about to be loaded onto Fair and Trade Square. So once you make all of your product, then you need to count it. Then put it into your Shopify account. If you have a Shopify, that's definitely the best option. And then what actually happens from there is you can integrate your Shopify site through to Fair or to Trade Square. And it's definitely really good, because then it will remove the inventory from yours, and will basically take all the inventory away, so then I've only got 5 now instead of 10 or however many the customer bought. Sometimes that can be a bit tricky and things go wrong. At the moment I've had a few little issues with the inventory not coming off, but sometimes that can just happen. Might not have integrated properly, or there's a product missing or something, so then you just contact them and they will fix it. But all these soaps that are here, these ones here, this whole full line, this is actually for this customer that has bought it. So basically what I do is I line them all up, tick them off. So as we showed on our form before, so if we show this form here, you can see that I've ticked it off. And so for instance, it will say here my shop reference. So then this is for me what I've written. So then I've written it's a daisy chain artesian soap, palm free. So then they know that's what it is, and so on. And then I just literally circle on the other side, and then this line is for the one under it. But yeah, so basically you just give it a name so that you know what it is. And of course you can go on to Trade Square or Fair and have a look, and it will also have the image next to it, but I know what all of these are called. So then, like I said, we are going to, you know, pack all of this up, make sure it's all right. Once we've done this, then basically you need to go back to Trade Square or Fair, and you're just going to load the tracking number in. So that's pretty much what happens. So if we break it down, like I said, you know, I will get an email. I definitely check the email. I print out the invoice that somebody has ordered. Then I'm going to check it all off, put it in the box. I will weigh it. Then I will go on to Australia Post, which is AusPost Business for me in Australia. So that's just the same as USP in the US. It's just our, you know, our postal system. I load it all up into that, and basically for that, then I just put the tracking number into my Shopify and onto that site. And I know it sounds like a lot of work, and it really is, but you get really fast at it. Honestly, you can do it within 10 minutes. So you do get very fast. At the start, I was really hopeless. It took me an hour and a half to do anything. But like I said, you do get really fast. So pretty much for me, I line everything up. Like I said, we've already marked everything off. Then I get my large box. So let's just get the box and we'll get that ready. This is the large box that I'm going to use. It's a pretty big box, isn't it? And I reuse any box. So everybody, please don't think you cannot reuse the box. You definitely can reuse this box. So what I do with mine, and it's fine to sit on there because there's nothing in it. So we're just going to lie it down like that. And then I will show you what else I do. So we've got our box here. Now I do have this particular foam. So if you can see this is a foam sheet. So all I do is literally cut the foam sheet to fit the box. So I'm just going to rip one side off. And this is going to protect the products that are going to go into it. So pretty much this is what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to push this into the box. And you can see that's the box there. And then we're going to load the products in. So let's organize everything. I've got to clear some space and then we will start to pack this box. So here we do have our box already. So literally I'm just going to get the products that they've ordered. So I'll show you each one. So she's ordered a couple of Barry's Daughter. This is definitely one of my most popular soaps. It is a very unusual scent, and as many of you know, I do actually make my own scents. So this one is what I call Shanti, and it's more like sort of an apple, fresh cotton, just a really natural light scent. So that's a really lovely one. My Egyptian bees here, which is a sort of amber, and then this is the back of them, my labels, what I actually put on the back. Just to make sure that everything's done beautifully. A Sunny Frangipani as well, we'll put that in. I think I'm almost sold out of Sunny Frangipani. This one has been super popular, which is called Latte Morning. It's a coffee scent, and you'll be amazed how many people actually ask me for coffee scents. This one I've been doing from the start, which is called Birchmont Mint. It's got a lot of watercress, some nice greenery, just some natural sort of scents, and a bit of spearmint in it. And then we have this gorgeous one, which is called Love Notes, and it's just a really sweet sort of rose and peony. My daisy chain, once again, you know, the labels are all on the back. So make sure you put the labels on the back. You can't send them without that. My little sweet one here, this is a strawberry milk kind of inspired scent. And I'm just popping them basically all inside here. And they're fine to sit on top of each other because they are soap. Watermelon, of course, watermelon is popular. We all know how popular watermelon is. Lily Pad, this is the last of Lily Pad. Then I've actually sold out of that one. That one was really popular, actually. I didn't think it would be, but it was. This is my one called Porridge. This is kind of a milk one with colloidal oats and so on in this one, and that's been popular, and this is the last one. I'm now sold out of that as well. And this time of year I just need to get going with more soaps. Lily Moss is my next one, and sometimes with my soap I don't remake it. I'll do several slabs, and once it's gone, that's it, and then I restart to, you know, make a different one again. Lemon butter, this one has been hugely popular. I've actually sold out of that now. That lady's got the last ones, so I definitely have to get going with making some soap. But you wouldn't believe it, all the stores are actually sold out of rice bran oil, and I use a little bit of rice bran in my soaps. She's also ordered some lip balms. These are my new ones called Pink Vanilla. She did actually order watermelon, but I'm sold out, so I'm just giving her a few extras, and if she doesn't like these, we'll refund it and she just gets those for free. Then these ones are my fruity ones, so that's really lovely. She's also just ordered a couple little samples of my candle. So that is a licorice, and I also have this one. I've just got to pop the lid and put it in a box. That's the watermelon. So that is that whole order. So basically you're going to see it looking like this. Then I'm going to pop in my biodegradable peanuts. We're going to just pop those in, and like I said, we do have this one that I've got to put the lid on. So let's get the peanuts and we will pop that in, because we can put this candle on top. Now, these are the biodegradable peanuts. They do come from Stanley Packaging, and I'm sorry if I'm making lots of noise. And then I literally just tip this in, and make sure you push all of these into the corners. Honestly, I think I've only ever had a couple things damaged. I'm pretty careful on packaging. And do remember, everyone, this packaging costs money. So that's why I say, you know, you need to times your product by 4, or however you're going to do it. Because it's really important, because you don't want to do all of this and then you've made no money. And usually I times my things by 4 plus 10%. And the 10% should cover some of the postage. Because remember, these companies for wholesale, they also take a cut. They take a commission, whether it's 7%, 12%, 15% or 25%. There's all different ones. It's all done, and then we are going to be popping in this along with the other one, which I won't show because it has the details. And then basically we're just going to sit it into the box and fold all of this over. So with this, what I do then is I basically just fold this over, and when they open it, that's what they will see. I'll put my card in as well, and any information you want. And as many of you know, I do have a booklet that I'm giving out as well now for wholesale. So anyone ordering wholesale, I give them this, and in it just has a little bit about me, and it will show them my products as well. It doesn't have everything, but it will just show them some of the products so they can see what sort of things they can actually purchase from me. And it's a great idea to do something like that as well. Now, while we're doing this video, I thought I would show you. My husband actually made me this soap stand for the market. Doesn't it look so adorable? So each of these drawers comes out. They're just like on a little little notch that you can see there, and then they come out for the market, and then it basically sits 3 soap wide. And I think it looks great. He designed it, and then of course I painted it. I had to paint it a little bit pink, and it is going to have a sign in here where the flowers, just above the flowers, so it will have a sign that will say soap in it. So I thought I will show you that while we're going along. And I will show you this while we're here as well. These are actually, remember the soaps that we made that was a coconut, we put the coconut milk or coconut cream in, and I told you they're going to go brown. So this is basically the color. They're definitely going a beigey brown, which is fine. I'm happy with that, because the punches of orange really give it that gorgeous, gorgeous look. So I thought I'd better show you all of those. They're not ready to be wrapped. They're still trying to go through their curing process. Now, as you can see here, my shelves are very empty. There's not a lot on them. The tops are all empty, and there's lots and lots of gaps where there's only a few lonely soaps left. So I definitely have to make lots of soap when we sort of get back. So after the 9th of January, I'll start production again, and I'll have to reload some new products onto the site. So I hope you have liked this video, just giving you a little bit of an insight about wholesale, you know, how it works as well. Another great thing you could do is literally make one of these that I've made, one of these brochures, and take it to all your local shops. I promise you, local shops want to have locally made produce, and they are more likely to do a wholesale order with you than somebody online that doesn't know you. I've definitely known that. I definitely have to take a few of my books to my local stores that have asked about my products at the moment. And in the new year, we're definitely going to get some better boxes. These are just some cheap cardboard boxes, but we are going to get some made, and hopefully they're going to turn out gorgeous. My fingers are crossed. I'm very, very anxious about that, but I will definitely show you as we're going along that road as well. So make sure you give me a thumbs up, everyone, because it does definitely help my video. And come over and join us on Patreon, where you can get all of my recipes and lots of tips and tricks, along with my 30-page book on recipes, tips, tricks, how you do things, and so on. But that, you know, there's a few little things on there that you'll be able to get with that book, but that's for people that have been on there for 6 months or at the higher level. But come over and join, because you never know what information you will get that may just help you in your journey to becoming a full-on soap or candle maker. Thanks, everyone. I will see you next time.